Hello, thanks for coming to today's webinar. Thanks for gracing us with your presence at today's Cypheme webinar, where we learn how to make use of AI technology to eliminate counterfeit rings. My name is Emmanuel Darko, and I lead digital marketing at Cypheme. I would more or less moderate today's roundtable discussion that would be holding between two resource persons. Our first resource person is none other than Micah Tavainin. He's Senior Vice President at Medihans. We'd like to say that we are proud to have Medihans as one of our prominent clients at Cypheme. And Medihans is a leading supply chain player in the medical space globally. Micah has been SVP for Medihans for a couple of years now, and Micah is a well-known and a thought leader in that space. He has over 25 years of experience in leading multinational manufacturing companies in the supply chain field in Europe and in Asia. And we are glad to have him here with us today. And our second resource person is none other than Jill Bonabo. He is the sales director at Cypheme. Jill has been a sales director for our company for quite a while now, almost from the start of the company. Jill is an extensive leader in the field of anti-counterfeit with about 3 decades of experience in the field of global sales, especially in the anti-counterfeiting field. He has first-hand experience in using solutions that are backed by AI to eliminate counterfeit rings. And he would be having that conversation or telling us of his experiences in today's webinar. Without much ado, I would like to bring in the first resource person, which is Micah Tavainin. Micah, thanks for coming in. The floor is yours. We can continue with the presentation.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for the kind introduction and invitation to join the webinar. Medihans has been in medical supply chain business for 25 years. We are a Switzerland-based global health supply chain company. We have our main brands are Medihans and MediSwiss. The main customers of ours are either governments directly or government organizations and various professional, let's say medical professional teams. We have been working with Cypheme on the anti-counterfeit label solution for our medical examination gloves and face mask products in Europe and US markets, some selected markets. And especially when the pandemic started, we were facing a curious problem. We had been a long time in this business with no quality issues, but suddenly the market was flooded with very poor quality products, and a lot of people got scammed as well. You may have noticed from the news. So we had to take action to separate our quality and our certified factories from these shady players who were basically ruining the market. So we looked around and we decided that now it's time to implement the anti-counterfeit labels, and this was mainly to reassure our customers because they really had some serious concerns on getting the good quality products. We also had to deal with some completely new players who came out of blue and started telling around the market that they are representing Medihans, and the anti-fraud label that we started to implement, it helped to make sure that the customers know which ones are coming from the right factories and which ones which players they should be trusting. If they didn't have the right kind of labeling, then it's not from Medihans. Overall, Cypheme has been our preferred anti-fraud solution, and we've used it across various product categories in specific countries. Wherever there has been concerns, we have put the solution in place.
Okay, thanks a lot, Micah, for that, for giving us a precise and a concise journey of Medihan so far, and as well as your use and the need why you decided to go with Cypheme as an anti-counterfeit and brand protection solution for your products. At this point, I would like to bring in Joe Bonabo, the sales director for Cypheme, so that he gives us a brief talk, and then we can continue the roundtable conversation. Joe, the floor is yours.
Hi, Mika. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Joe.
I'm very happy to be.
Sure, we can see you. Is your camera on?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm not sure we can see you.
Yes, but my camera is on.
Okay, so you can continue then.
Yeah. The Cypheme journey, we have the best in-house knowledge in advanced AI, 7 international patents, the leading reference point for the use of AI in anti-counterfeit fight, complete AI solutions for the entire life cycle of your product, from label printing all the way to supply chain. We provide a full brand protections. But the power of our AI is to detect counterfeit network. But have a look on the following example for a better understanding. For a large pharmaceutical company, we are protecting an anti-cancer drugs, and our AI has detected a whole part of the Chinese mafia. With our clients, we gave all the information to the Chinese police, and this is the result. Police arrest 18% on the information of our technology. Of course, we know the policeman you saw on the video. You can see here the workshop where they make the fake drugs, and we protect Oxycant 80. These people are killer. This operation has saved more than 700 lives per year. You can't cure a cancer with compressed cornmeal without molecule. But back to Medihan, we have another story. The basic principle of our technology is to allow anyone to take a picture of their certificate to verify its authenticity. But have a look on the photo at your right. You can see an example of the photo we receive on our server.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let me come in here. I recall that a couple of weeks ago, we were able to, I would like to make it clear that, prior to now or before now, Medihan has never had a counterfeiting issue, right? So they only decided to come to Cypheme as an extra layer of quality assurance and quality control due to the Swiss standard that we all globally know that Swiss companies stand for. So Medihan decided that due to the proliferation of fake PPEs during the COVID era, to even avoid, so theirs was a prevention better than cure move. So they decided to look around and see the best technologically advanced anti-counterfeit solution, and then they came to Cypheme as a preventive measure, not as a curative measure, right? But interestingly, a couple of weeks ago, we were able to detect some unscrupulous or suspicious activities that were sort of going on with the Medihan label we had printed. And the detection happened even before an execution of any form of counterfeiting was done. But I would like to draw in Micah here. Micah, how did you feel when we were able to alert you that it looked like something suspicious was going on with some of your labels?
Well, it was very different feeling than when we were just testing the labels ourselves. Suddenly it got really real. We had actually somebody trying to counterfeit our products, and one of the surprising things for our team was the speed. So the geolocation of these guys and the timing, everything happened so fast with Cypheme team. So I got the call, and it was like it was about an hour after the first attempt in the counterfeiters side that we were already alerted.
Oh, okay. That's actually nice. So, Jill, will you be able to tell us how exactly the Cypheme AI was able to detect this movement of the probably anti-counterfeiter even before it was able to make any significant headway? How we were able to detect it in the space of 1 hour from the unscrupulous activity?
Yes, of course. In fact, we received on our server this photo, and you have to understand out of more than 100 million photos we receive every day, we have an AI that analyzes the photo and detect abnormal usage, like this photo. It's abnormal usage.
Okay.
Could you change?
All right.
Yeah, on this photo, this is not a sticker on a product, but a photocopy of a median seal with a number belonging to median. This is not, of course, a normal use of the technology. And for sure, this person is testing to understand our technology, and he has just fallen in a trap. These pupils have also original label in hand, no stuck on the product, which also seem very strange. And as you can see, we have the address, and of course we contact Median to see if they knew anyone at this address at number 8 of this street in Germany. All the photos were taken in this building a morning, and then we place a GPS blackout zone on the entire building, which means that anybody who's entering this building and try to do an authentication will only get a non-valid response from our technology. And we're very surprising because they move on the other building, not so far, just to make some new tests. So we delete all the certificates in their positions.
That's quite interesting to know that, I mean, you could see that a counterfeiter or a potential counterfeiter, if as it may be, was detected in a different address. And then after noticing that you had black zoned the area where they were, they moved to another address to test out the technology, and we were able to trap them as well. That's quite an interesting thing to do. But Micah, how would you feel? I mean, how does it feel knowing that you were able to get hold, because you had never had any counterfeiting issue before? This was like a first experience for you. It must have been quite thrilling to know that you had employed, and you had been visionary, you had the foresight to actually use the technology that made sure that you continued to not have any form of fake issues with your product, right?
It gave us great confidence on the product, and also I think we on a little bit deeper level understood what we have in place, and are offering it actively to our customers if they have concerns. This particular case, we had heard and known about this character who was trying the labels. When we contacted him on it, he first declined, or he denied doing that. But then when we showed the material that the Cypheme reports provided, we were able to tell him that, look, this is the first pictures you took in your house, and then you moved to your office to continue. And we agreed to bury the case, and he would return the labels to us. So a happy ending for this case.
That seems quite awesome. I mean, we're actually glad that our solution was able to keep the standard of your product intact and in check, and to make sure that there are no criminals that slip through every time. And it's also attested to the fact that we have an active anti-counterfeit solution, which means that we keep on searching the space for possible threats to our clients. Thank you all for coming through. I see a couple of questions here. Let me check. I think there's one from Daisy that asks, I think this one goes to you, Mika. It says, were you using an anti-counterfeit solution before Cypheme? I'm sure you spoke on that already, but you might want to recap it again.
We had been scanning the market for solutions, but only when the pandemic started, then we had a reason to implement, and that's when we contacted Cypheme to work on a solution which would address our concerns. Some of our products are quite low value items, and that's why it was very important for us that that there is a cost-efficient solution for very high volumes that we have.
Okay, that's great. So basically, you chose to use Cypheme for its cost effectiveness as well as its protective feature as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I think I have another question here. I think this one goes to you, Joe. It says, you talk a lot about innovations of Cypheme. Are you able to tell us what makes the Cypheme product unique?
Yes, but what you saw in the presentation is unique. The artificial intelligence we have developed is a complete broad flow in the fight against counterfeiting, both in anti-copying and in the detection of criminal networks. But you know, stopping counterfeiters' factories is the only way to reverse the counterfeiting curve. The efficiency of our service make it unique. Is the question?
Yes. So it says what makes our product unique. So maybe you could list a couple of the features that make them unique, not just one. Maybe if you can tell them more.
Yes, we have an AI to analyze the certificate, another AI to analyze the photo we received on the server and detect abnormal usage. And also is a complete service because we following all the photo of each client. Then we're not selling only sticker, but is a complete solutions in time, and we follow all your brand day after day. Okay,
I guess so. I mean, we have a robust. I guess let me. I guess in summary, you're saying we have a robust anti-counterfeit solution. We as well also have a GPS that is able to track real time where counterfeiters are. I think there's a question here. This goes to Mika. It's asking what mechanism does the factory need to stick on the labels onto your products?
So our products are basically boxes of various kind, medical examination glove boxes, face mask boxes. So on the packing line, when the product moves on the conveyor belt, then we have automated labeling machines on each packing line, placing the label. The label is not meant to seal the box, but it is meant for the end user to be able to scan it, and therefore we put it on a top surface. We have selected a spot where we think it looks best, and then we consistently have the labeling machine placing it on the same place for every box.
Awesome. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to bring back the presentation. Hold on. Let me look here. Okay. We have an interesting question from Vishal. I think it's almost the same question that was asked earlier, where it says, what makes our product or our label unique? I think that is something that Joe already answered. He says the fact that our labels cannot be copied because of we make use of artificial neural network, which is our proprietary technology. and also also the fact that we are able to have live GPS tracking on our products as well. You have to give me a moment. Let me quickly see if I can bring up the presentation. A moment. Okay. Yeah. So I think, can we see this presentation?
Yes, coming up.
Okay. Right. So I guess we have that now. So yeah, Jill, yes. I would like us to give a bit more information to our clients. So take for instance this issue with Medihand, where a counterfeiter tried to copy the labels. I believe also at Medihand's end, when you mentioned it, they were able to see something on their dashboard that confirmed what we're seeing from our side. So can you give a brief description of the kind of features that a client would see when we give them a Cypheme dashboard?
Yeah. Of course, we give a full dashboard to customer. We have a complete world map with the geolocation of all the authentications made by yours customers and different statistics on it. We have for each authentication the timestamp, the unique number of the certificate, the geolocation, and you can see also all the photos taken by your consumer to make an authentication. This element allow you to track your product, of course, counterfeiting and the gray market also. But on our side, we also follow your market, and we offer real services around the solutions, like you could see in the Median case.
Okay, so we give more like a complete dashboard solution to our clients. That makes it easy for them to understand the data that we feed them from our technology, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they could see everything on their dashboard, and by our side, we follow and we track all the brand.
I will very quickly give a point from Medihand's point of view.
Okay.
In layman terms, you can't copy this label because every label is unique. Now, if you have two similar, then someone has copied it and you have a counterfeiting problem. So it's impossible to copy this label because there's only one similar label in the world.
Yes, and in fact, we have a special pattern make by a chemical reaction of the ink. We have also a unique number, and we have also a unique color, and the AI are able to certify the authenticity. We have a very strong anti-copy solutions.
Awesome. So basically, to summarize it, it means that, to summarize it and try to explain it, it means that every single product that our labels are placed on generates a unique code to the particular product that the label is placed on. So you can't have two similar labels that are printed from our end. The only way you have that is when somebody tries to do a photocopy or try to copy it. And that is where the flaw comes in. And that's where our technology is able to detect it. Like what happened with the gentleman in Germany who was trying to copy Medihand's sticker. Medihand is based in Switzerland. And this gentleman in Germany was trying to do a photocopy of a sticker he had to see maybe there was a loophole he could take advantage of. And as you can see from the conversation earlier, there was no such loophole. I think we are fast coming to the end of the webinar. We're supposed to do it in the space of 30 to 45 minutes. I think we just crossed the 30 minutes line. So I would bring Jill in. Let me start with Mecca. In conclusion, what would you have to say?
I would say that we have been overall very satisfied with the Cypheme solution, and the implementation timeline has been fast for us. The cooperation with Cypheme has been smooth, and like I said, I think we sort of started to believe in this solution, and I feel that we have won some new customers from the competition just by adding this solution. I saw on the screen a question popped or flashed regarding how to motivate the customers to scan the labels. I think it's been more like that we have had concerns on the customer side, and we have offered this as an additional service for them.
That's awesome. I'm actually particularly impressed by you being able to motivate your customers to scan the labels to see and ascertain the fact that they are actually buying original products from your end. And you know, the good thing about our technology is the fact that it's mobile based, right? So almost anybody anywhere can check your product if it is real or not with the scanning of the mobile phone. Anybody, any of your clients, if you're using a Cypheme label, can just take their mobile phone or their smartphone and take a picture with their camera, and in less than 5 seconds, you know whether or not whatever you're selling or whatever they are trying to buy off the shelves or wherever it is genuine or not. Jill, can you give us your closing remarks before we come to a close?
Yes, of course. It's a webinar, and the time is count in the webinar. But don't hesitate to contact me. We could make a call face to face to have more explanation of the technology, because of course it's just a part of the technology. But what we show you today is unique in the world. And we have approved results with many customers.
Okay, thank you, Jill. Thank you, Micah, for making time to
thank you, Emmanuel,
and be a part of this webinar, of this either to be it short or medium timed webinar. We also thank you everybody for coming through. We're actually impressed with the numbers that came in. I think we had quite an impressive number, and as you can see, in case you need any additional information, we're not able to answer your questions, or you want a more elaborate explanation about our technology, you can reach out directly to the Cypheme sales director, Jill Bonabo. The email address over there is jill.bonabo@cypheme.com, or you can go straight to his phone number. You can call him, you can text him, you can get him on WhatsApp with that number, +33, which is the France number code, and 778255428, as you can see on your screen. We are grateful that you came through. Thanks again, Micah, for taking your time to come and help participate in this roundtable conversation. And thank you, Jill, for availing your time from your busy calls. And thank you, everyone, for coming as well. And we hope to see you in the next edition of our webinars. So you take care, and bye, everybody.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Bye.
Thanks to everybody, and don't